This is Sci-Talk Monthly. We're coming to you from Research Club in Diamond Bar High School, California. This was recorded in November and is partially scripted. Sci-Talk is dedicated to spreading as many branches of science as possible to those in the community and keeping you up to date with the most impactful events in science. Each month, we'll keep you updated in these monthly segments.
Hello everyone, my name is Lucy Wu, and I'm a junior from Diamond Bar High School Research Club. Science is a magnificent awning protecting us from life's depreciations. I'm here with my co-host.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. I'm Kayleen, and I'm a sophomore from the Diamond Bar High School Research Club. Learning about science is really cool to ease the questions by the curious human mind. Without further ado, let's get on with the month of November.
So, here are the topics about disconnections versus screen times. According to Kate Hampton, a professor in the Department of Media and Information and director of academic research in the Quello Center. Teams who are disconnected from today's technologies are more isolated from their peers, lead to problems. I have a question for you, Kayleen. Parents set up screen time for you? If so, how did you feel?
Yes, my parents set up a screen time for me, and I felt a bit disconnected because I didn't have as much time to connect with my peers. But the thing is that they allowed for some exceptions, but I feel as if they were more strict with it, then it would definitely change me as a person and how involved I was in my community.
Because personally, my parents used to set up a screen time, but it didn't really work out because I feel like instead of like limiting my own times on my phone, I feel like I started to find sneaky ways to actually utilize the Wi-Fi. So instead of making it better, I feel like I developed a really bad habit of trying to use the other way, the cheat way, apparently, to be able to be connected and talk to my friends. So personally, I don't think it's a really good things. However, having weak internet infrastructure plays a huge part of the society. Not everywhere in the United States have high-speed internet 24/7. So, for example, I recently read an article talking about how Coachella Valley School District, also known as the second poorest school district in California, and their superintendent decided to install like an unlimited Wi-Fi cable that allows all the students in the town to have access to internet. Like, yeah, America is a huge place, right?
Yes.
And yeah, it's like we're living in a bubble where all we see and all we hear about is how everyone is having high speed internet access is like something that's like completely normal. But that's not true. That's not true at all. Look at Coachella Valley. They're struggling by
Yeah,
just
some people
providing.
are
Mhm.
super restricted, and I feel really bad for the kids there because no one can really do anything about it. They're kind of stuck like that, and it
I agree.
yeah, it really limits their opportunities to especially
Definitely.
expand with any businesses as well, or
Oh
like just
yes.
popularity in occupations or their future.
Exactly. So before their superintendent installed the 24/7 high-speed internet cable, the graduation rate was like 60%. Like, and it's not even a very big community. It's a really small community, and like only 60% of the high schoolers successfully graduated. And after the internet, it increased to 70% in just like a few years. Therefore, I believe and they all think internet plays a huge part in education, because like they started to do some research and homework. They started to watch some tutorial videos on YouTube, and most importantly, some college students decide to finish their degrees, some online education such as like Coursera or any website that allows you to finish their college degree, which automatically leads to better salary because after you get like a college degree, like better people, but better places just screw you for for just because you have the degree. So I feel like having internet is just like a big part. Not only just screen time is just a very small portion of the whole topic, but I feel like having internet by itself is definitely contributing to our society.
Yeah, that's
So,
definitely true.
yeah,
Because it
therefore,
also
go ahead.
has sites that you can learn from, not just like online college, but also just individual research that you can do, like how we study for this podcast itself. And
Yes.
if we didn't have as fast speed or high speed network, then it would take a lot longer. And also maybe we wouldn't have even been able to do this production.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, without internet, we won't be able to spread like our podcast to other people. That's a really strong point. And not only just in the educational aspect, other things such as social lives are impacted as well. People utilize social media every single day, and to the point that it's like one of the important way to interact with other nowadays. Do you own a social media, Kaylee?
Yes, I do.
Exactly.
And honestly, it's built its way into becoming a really big part of our social culture. And it's kind of really hard to get rid of.
I agree because like now like people are just facing a lot of social media addictions. Like they are just when they're free, they just go on their social medias and just keep scrolling through TikTok videos, Reel or Instagram, and or even just Snapchat using photos to reply to their friends. So it's definitely a very impactful thing to our community. However, when the parents decided to extend to take away their screen time, it may just makes them even more desperate. Just like my own example, when my parents took away my screen time and like just started to limit them, it just started to let me find a sneaky way to make it stop. So personally, by limiting screen time, I don't think is a really good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, also for
What do you
screen
think about
time,
that?
because there's always this saying how people want what they can't have. So
Oh.
if they had like no like free screen time that they could use it however long they want, then they could be free to be using it as long as they could, or they could also just not find an interest in it anymore and just naturally not let social media
Exactly.
impact their lives as much. But when parents decide to start this screen time, then people might start to build rebellious habits and learn more ways to find a hack to get rid of the screen time, just like you did.
Yeah, just like I did, right?
And another thing that's stopping or impacting our social lives is our hearing. So when people start to lose their hearing, not only does that kind of separate them from normal people because of bad hearing, but also having the technology itself. Because hearing aids are somewhat obvious, but it can of course be hidden. And that's not the only reason why it would be posed as a problem for people. So hearing aids are also really expensive. And
Yeah.
yes, so when people are losing their hearing, sometimes people might not want to even get the hearing aids because they can't afford it or they don't see it as it's worth that money. But technology now has proposed AirPods to be a alternative for hearing aids and a cheaper one at that. So studies have tested what the personal sound amplification products need, and the AirPods 2 met 2 out of 5 of those requirements or standards, and it tested the frequency response bandwidth and the total harmonic distortion. The AirPods Pro, however, passed 4 out of 5 standards for the criteria for the personal sound amplification products. So it could, with further development and technological findings, it could pose as a really great alternative for those who are losing their hearing but don't want to pay for hearing aids.
Yeah, because like I just search up the hearing aids price on Google, and wow, the lowest one is the lowest one is like $2,000. Like the real working one is like it's ranging between $2,000 to $3,000. and some of the hearing aids still requires like custom made, so it's going to be even more expensive. So having the invention of AirPods would definitely and strongly benefit our society, especially people who are just lost their hearing. How I think it's this new technology is definitely going to benefit everyone.
Yes. Not only will it just help their hearing, but it also help them to blend in so that it can keep their hearing
Oh,
loss on the down low.
yeah, because like I have a friend who uses hearing aid, and like she told me about how she always, when she was little in kindergarten, people used to make fun of her wearing like the machine, aka hearing aid, on her all the time. So
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. Like being able to blend in, it's something that's like crucial in our society, right? It's like,
especially.
yeah, we keep looking for ways to blend in, and yeah, good.
I think that the AirPods is the perfect invention to be able to do just that because it's also just so popular right now. And also,
Mhm.
you know how you said that the hearing aids was about $2,000 for the cheapest one?
Yes.
The AirPods
Yes.
Pro are about $150 to $250 is what I just found.
Oh, it's like 10 times, right? It's like 10,
A
12 times.
lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper. So yeah, I have an idea. Like if Apple collaborate with hearing aids company and just release one of the newest type of hearing aids, no, we'll see in the future.
Would probably
And
be super
probably will
cool.
happen. Yeah, it's probably gonna like happen. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now, for our next story. As we all know, global warming is a large threat to society's safety and prosperity. It's impacted all areas of the world in crazy ways, and the glaciers have recently been melting a lot, which is increasing the sea level and flooding important lands. Not only that, but that also means that the temperature of the water is increasing. This temperature increase kills tons of animals because they're situated to certain temperatures and are very delicate in response to these temperature changes. It kills tons of ecosystems, including coral reefs, and are burning them. So this may pose as a life or death situation.
Oh wow. So global warming is actually like getting worse every single day, every single year. Like the fact that some countries already are like experiencing disappearance due to the rise of ocean water, it's like I feel like more people need to hear this. Like honestly, it's global warming is something we can do. It's something we can help. It's not something that's like, ooh, permanently like it's something everyone can actually help. So I feel like we all should do more recycle and save more water, save more electricity, and just watch
Save more
out
gas,
in
of
our
course,
surroundings. Yeah.
the
Oh my
greenhouse
God.
gases.
And also drive more electric car because our gas cars are hurting our society, hurting our atmosphere. The price is crazy, right?
Definitely. It's also a lot of demand for these resources. And with this, the Greenland's ice sheet has been melting very fast, and it has been mainly impacted by the Northeast Greenland ice stream.
Oh.
The Greenland's ice sheet takes up about 1.2% of the global land surface and has been melting faster than ever. Global navigation satellite system observations, combined with surface elevation changes and surface speeds obtained from satellite data, provided visual photos showing thermal changes and predicted situations in the future. So right now, the photos deem to have pretty mediocre signs of heat
Mhm.
and melting, but that's already a lot. And
Understand.
the future predictions, the thermal oh my gosh, the
It's okay.
thermal icons look like it's magma flowing. It is a lot. And although there are times where it predicts some cooling stages, it's definitely not enough to save us. And some studies have predicted that by the end of the century, the ice streams could make at least 16 millimeters of the global sea level rise.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
this is more than
16 millimeters? More than 16? Honestly, at this point, 16 millimeters sounds like a very small amount, but when you pull like the whole ratio back to like the whole world, it's able to invade some areas in Australia, some areas in Hawaii, some areas in the Pacific Ocean, Mediterranean,
yes,
Atlantic
especially
Ocean.
since lands lay on different levels, they have different altitudes. It will definitely affect a lot of places very greatly.
Wow. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Kaylee, for bringing awesome, amazing informations about our world today. And we'll be concluding our podcast by just saying thank you guys for listening, and I wish you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.